as they go towards the next on the far side. This is 6 from home. Chinensis, DJ Daudet and...
Also an 8-race card. It starts at 4:40, where they handicap for 3-year-olds and over. It's
this
set over 5 furlongs, there are 10 runners, and then the final race is the 8-10. It's a handicap for 3-year-olds and over, set over 6 furlongs, and there are 12 runners. That will bring you to the end of racing. The racing action continues for you today on Wednesday the 23rd of October, and we have 2 meetings available for you on the service, and they come from Newmarket and Kempton. It is Newmarket where the action starts. They're going to soft and good to soft in places on the turf surface. An 8-race card. This one begins at 1:20 with a Fillies Novice Median Auction Stakes. It's for 2-year-olds over 7 furlongs, and there are 20 runners. The final race is the 5:20. It's the Discover Newmarket Nursery. It's for 2-year-olds over 7 furlongs, and there are 14 runners. We're then on to the second and final meeting in Kempton, where they're going as standard to slow on the polytrack. This one is also an 8-race card. It starts at 4:40, where they handicap for 3-year-olds and over. It's set over 5 furlongs, and there are 10 runners. And then the final race is the 8-10. It's a handicap for 3-year-olds and over, set over 6 furlongs, and there are 12 runners. That will bring you to the end of racing. The racing action continues for you today on Wednesday the 23rd of October, and we have 2 meetings available for you on the service, and they come from Newmarket and Kempton. It is Newmarket where the action starts. They're going as soft and good to soft in places on the turf surface. An 8-race card. This one begins at 1:20 with a Fillies Novice Median Auction Stakes. It's for 2-year-olds over 7 furlongs, and there are 20 runners. The final race is the 5:20. It's the Discover Newmarket Nursery. It's for 2-year-olds over 7 furlongs, and there are 40.
Towards the final fence. Know the score, challenged on the near side by Supremely Lucky. Chinensis looks to have run his race in third. Know the score over the final fence safely. He's a length or so clear from Supremely Lucky, who's running on strongly for pressure and is challenging again in the closing stages. Know the score, Supremely Lucky, driven up on the near side to challenge by Harry Skelton, but Know the score is very game for David Newm, and he'll hold on by half a length, and he goes on to beat Supremely Lucky. Close for the third spot. Head to the Stars made late ground and may have just grabbed third from Dentley de May.
Yeah, well, confirm the
race card. This one begins at 1:20 with a Fillies Novice.
Yeah, it's a very warm welcome to this official commentary service. Then this afternoon we're racing at Newmarket throughout the afternoon for 2-year-old day there, and then we are off to Chelmsford a little bit later on as well. There's just one non-runner on the card to report for you today. That's at Newmarket in the 5:20. Number 5, Neruda, Amy Murphy's runner, doesn't go in the 5:20. So the 2-year-olds are down at the start. Plenty of them to load for the opener. 20 runners here. It's soft, good to soft in places. They're right across the track, 24 metres across the track today, and there are 20 in the first, so they're going to be spread right across. Mostly on first start for John Gosden and Frankie Dettori, affiliated by McPhee, is the market leader at 7-4 at the moment. Was as short as 13-8 on the show, out to 2-1, and now in once again to 7-4. Calatrava, who's a first-time starter for Rafe Beckett Yard, been in great form as well, is 11-2. Sound Mixer 11-2. Queen Gamera then is 14-1. And we are not far from a start. They're loading fairly quickly for 2-year-olds. See stall 1 just being filled up. Stall 8 and 4 are still empty as well here, as the last couple come forward. Mostly is in stall 8, so Frankie will have a decision to make. He'll be able to follow at the pace wherever he likes.
This event is now in play.
So the last couple are filtering in. And they're off, and we're racing. Over 7 furlongs for the opener at Newmarket this afternoon. Alchemista was slightly slow into stride and drops out to the rear. Also, High Shine wasn't the best into stride. They've already split into 2 groups. On the near side, they're being led by the Queen's Colours of Sound Mixer. That one's being tracked by the Grey Jacket of Bright Spells. Riding behind those racing along also in that group at the moment is Madam Winner, as they race through the first couple of furlongs. In the centre of the racecourse, it's Chamade that's just about in front, being trapped by Algea. They're the first 2. Riding behind those then is mostly the market leader, racing alongside Caltrava. The blue and white colours of Queen Gamera also over towards that far side as well, with Astro Gem in the orange cap trying to make a little bit of progress. 1 or 2 a little outpaced. Easy Desire just niggled along. Lightning Blue also being pushed along, as is Tama, who's readily outpaced over on that far side now, as they race down towards the final 3 furlongs. And on the front end, it's still Shemade that's out in front, leading up by about a length and a half here. Moving into second now is Mostly. Gaia on the far side is also trying to stay on in the orange cap on the far side. Astro Gems running a good race too, but it's Shemade and Richard Kingscote that have shot clear. Gone 3 lengths clear down into the dip. Now Mostly into second, is doing the chasing under Frankie Dettori. It's Shemade by about 2 lengths here from Mostly in second. Those two have pulled well clear of Algea, who's in third. Well inside the final furlong. Shemade is all out in front here from Mostly on the run up towards the line, and Shemade will see it out. From Mostly in second, tight thing for third. Algea may have just clung on for that position, but it's tight for the minor honours. And it's the once race Shemade who made the debut on the all-weather.